Here again, and we are going to be playing, believe it or not, more Age of Empires. So I thought we'd just go back to doing a little bit of random map rather than doing the deathmatch, because it's something that I am keen to continue to learn how to play, but it just takes a little bit of time for me to get on it, and I think it's still a lot of fun. So we're going to be doing that. I'm going to still stay as the Mayans, still stay in Black Forest. Everything else is kind of the same, but it should be a little bit different in the way that we're going to play. I'm going to try and be a little bit more strategic about things. So we're up against the Persians as well. Persians, historically, everyone hopefully knows they were the guys who invaded Rome and Greece a heck of a lot. So as far as the gameplay goes, we're just going to continue to try and spam out villagers as much as we can. I currently have my guys getting some berries because I was lucky and I found them pretty quickly. Often I have to do a bit of searching around for those. It's looking like we're off to a good start. My villagers are still being churned out of this initial starting fund. So I'm going to use, and just so everyone can obviously understand what we're doing here, we're using this Eagle Warrior Scout to try and show up more of the map. And we're going to try and focus around the area that we started in. Out of the way, sheep. And by doing so, it's going to make things a lot simpler for us if there are any hidden sheep. And a fun little tidbit, there are different animals depending on which map you're on. So for example, if you are on a map which is more tropically climated, then you're going to come across things like turkeys instead. But because we are obviously in a winter map, we're going to be coming up against some sheep. Our village is continuing to be spawned out. We really just need as much food as we can, because that food production is going to turn it into production of everything else. My objective is to have 30 villagers before I go to feudal. We'll see if that's too many. As I say, I'm still trying to learn how this is all going to be working. We'll go from there. Now, my last video I was able to put a lot of music on it. I almost instantly got takedown notices from various music organizations, and I know those guys don't mess around, so I'm not going to mess around with it either. So no music this time, unfortunately. You just have my melodious tones. And so on that, the name, a Brit in Kentucky. As you can probably tell, I am British, but I'm living in Western Kentucky right now, and will be for the foreseeable future. I love it here, but it is very, very different to Britain. And it's something that I get asked a lot in my day job. How did you end up here in Western Kentucky if you're from London? And it's pretty straightforward. I married and I moved over here, and I couldn't be happy with that decision. But it does mean that there are a few things that I'm still getting used to, like the fact that these guys are all out of food. Can you stop that? So we're gonna get ourselves a mill pretty quickly and see what we can build from here. These guys are gonna need to build some lumber pretty soon as well. Alright, I'm gonna try and seek out the enemy, because my guys are off to a very poor start, and I can see he's off to a good one already. I don't even have enough lumber, so I can build myself a lumber mill so that I can create lumber quicker. Okay, this is looking pretty promising. Let's see if he's down here. We've created. How much longer is it for 1 million? Yeah, 100. I thought so. Okay, looks like I was wrong. Looks like there's nothing down here. Fantastic. Always frustrating when you kind of do a little bit of early griefing and you simply cannot find anyone. Right, let's get this lumber mill made. That's going to speed everything up, because once we have that lumber mill, we're going to be able to channel a lot of farms, which is going to be instrumental. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's get a little bit of griefing going on these villagers. Good, they're all kind of milling around. And this is one of the things that you can do quite easily against the AI. Really make them waste a lot of time, because they will automatically start attacking you or running away with all of their villagers. The computer doesn't have the micro skills to be able to just do a single villager. Not that it takes an immense amount of skills, but you can very quickly and easily tie up a lot of their villagers just by attacking one. You can see there's no one farming their berries right now. They're just chasing after me or running back to their little town centre. And obviously I'm going to be able to outpace them. Let's just take a look at what's happening here. We are very quickly going to run out of these berries. I haven't been able to find any more sheep, so that's going to be a slight frustration. We're going to have to start building some farms. Okay. And then we'll put the rest of them on there. Okay, yeah, we're going to have 14 farmers and 14 lumberjacks. Lumberjacks are critical for the mines. And you can see I've got the villagers being created. It's okay, I have to set them up so they'll automatically start harvesting the lumber, which means that I can use my my attention, and obviously I can only be doing one thing at a time, particularly something as kind of finicky and precise as this. I really am setting him back a long way by doing this. Villagers still being created. Okay, fantastic. Okay, these guys all need farms. Unfortunately, we didn't have, well, we were very, very short on lumber, so we've got a lot of waste here. Just got these guys farming the lumber, paying their own way, building their own farms, old school. So the key to this is keeping your warrior close enough so that they stay interested and don't just charge back off. Okay, fantastic. And we will now have enough lumber for each of these. I was very, very slow on that. Tech up to feudal. Yeah, she is going to win that fight, so I need to run off. The Eagle Scout, he does get progressively weaker compared to these villagers. You can see they've got 3 attack and 40 hit points. Basically the same armor. That's enough griefing with him, I think. Can you guys just like go do your jobs, please? Okay, fantastic. But the good news is we now have quite a hearty amount of income coming through. One thing that we've neglected slightly that could be a problem is gold. So that's going to be our #1 priority with the next set of villages that we churn out. We'll have to build some houses and get that going. So obviously we'll do these upgrades. We'll shop. Got her building some of those houses, and now we're going to get him to start building us a gold mine. Now this is a very, very nice placement of this gold mine because it means that everything is kind of nearby and we're able to really churn all of those out with a single mine, which is going to be very important. So what I need to start doing now is start pumping out some spearmen. These spearmen are going to be instrumental against the Persians because the Persians have some of the best cavalry in the game. We have come up against a lot of the big cavalry teams, but thankfully none of them thus far have been too much of a problem. We'll see how that continues though. All of my things have been upgraded, but he's already in the castle age, which is a big worry for us. We don't have enough gold being generated to speedily progress to that era, and we may find ourselves in problems because of that. What I'm going to have to do is take one of these. There are some more sheep, typical. I'm going to have to take one of these guys off of here to start building us a blacksmith. That blacksmith, it's going to be useful, but its primary use is just going to be in helping us to progress to the next tech tier. And I should be able to go to castle within about 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, fantastic. We managed to kill his scout, which isn't a huge deal, but it is going to be pretty helpful. Okay, I'm actually going to cancel those villager creations to research castle tech, because otherwise he's going to cause me a lot of problems down the road. I also desperately need to start farming some, mining even some stone. There's some stone up here. And let's redirect a couple of these guys off of the gold onto the stone, because we have a lot of miners on gold right now, which we probably don't need. Keep building these spearmen, they're not very expensive. Build those archers. Now the archers are expensive, but only in as far as they require gold, and we were very low on gold. Now we're going to be doing okay on it, so we should be alright. So I want to just ask everyone, if you have any questions at all, please put them into the YouTube comments. I'll be happy to come to you on that. Anything about me moving across here, anything about my life in Kentucky, anything about Age of Empires. I've been out of the scene for a very long time, but back in the day, it was my forte for a very, very long time. I really adored this game when I was growing up, and I continue to do so now. I'm very lucky in that I've been able to just pick it back up and play it on this PC. Pretty much the only thing this PC can do is play Age of Empires, because it is kind of rough, but they did a fantastic job of optimizing this, and I want to thank the guys who made this adaptation. I need more houses to be able to do that, so instead what I'm going to do is try and do the wheelbarrow. I'm going to cancel the creation of these so we can upgrade them instead. Now the key is going to be being able to fight off his elephants when they come through. So I'm going to place an aggressive castle, very much like we did in the death match. Probably somewhere around here once I'm able to. My farms are getting to that point now where you don't really trust them. Any idle villagers? No. Okay, she's still building those. Actually, I'm going to cancel that one out. We don't need it. Okay. Let's build a shed ton more lumberjacks because we are low on lumber and that is causing problems, yeah, with our farms. As you can see, I only got the one farm. Oh dear. Right. I'm going to have to wall this off. Because I know he is coming through shortly with an army. But otherwise my economy is looking good once I get all these lumberjacks up and running. And that's going to help them. If I can just keep that going, then I'm going to be good. Let's build some Eagle Scouts because they don't require any wood, and that will help us. I'll build them to go directly over there. So what we're looking to do here is just build up a stable and steady army that's going to be able to defend whilst we kind of get a little bit more powerful. The objective is that I should go Imperial before he does. Even if he does beat me to it, I should still be able to churn out a bigger army faster than he can. The keys to that are going to be stifling his production and keeping on top of building up our army as well. You can see we're kind of building things through here. We don't have many people on stone. I'm going to swap some of these lumberjacks, or wannabe lumberjacks, across, because now I've got 14 lumberjacks and only 12 miners across 2 resources. It's just not enough once you're into this castle era. I see you finished. You can come down here and build me some more houses. Housing in this game is critical because it will literally just stop you from doing anything if you run out. Oh my goodness. Speaking of running out of farms. One thing I've been very good at this game is my production of food. I've been really on top of that and it's helped me a lot, so let's hope that continues to be the case. And now that we've got that, we've got a sufficient amount of people farming everything. We're going to start building this castle. And we can get people to assist in that building. We've got 3 villagers building this castle, which means that it should be built pretty quickly. The computer has just hit Imperial Age, but you can see by his score he's considerably behind me, which oh no, she's dead. She's dead, guys. I let her down. She's dead. She is no more. Okay, let's get some handcart action going, because once we've finished building this castle, we're going to be able to go Imperial as well. I'm 400 ahead of him. I can only imagine that 400 is directly in my troops that I'm churning out, so that makes me quite happy. Let's get some skirmishers. For those who aren't too familiar with AOE, A&D is a very different thing. Anyone not familiar with AOE, you should know that the skirmishers are very critical in killing enemy archers. The Persians weren't known for their archers, but he's going to be bringing in a lot of skirmishers himself, so that's why I need to have some to counteract that. Let's get these girls and guy back over here building some of these. Now that we have this, and that has finished its research, we can go Imperial Age ourselves. So we're going to have 10 of these elite plumed archers. That's going to give us a good base. What I might actually have one person do. Yes, good, you are finished. You can come over here and you can build me a new town centre. What that town centre is going to allow us to do is to churn out villagers whilst I'm doing anything on the town centre itself. I can just march into his territory siege is going to be my bane. I don't know why the CPU would build so much siege so quickly. It doesn't really have the infrastructure to defend it. Okay, we've hit the Imperial Age now. And we're doing very, very well. So we're doing quite well here at fighting this fight. What's this they're building? That's a siege workshop. We definitely do not want them to have too many siege workshops up. And drat, they've just got a second one, so we're actually running 3 siege workshops. It's going to be incredibly costly for them. My farms are running out down here. And again, I still don't have enough lumber. These guys have run out of stone to mine. Looks like there's some more over here. Let's go pick that up. This guy's being pretty frustrating because he has so many choke points in here, and it's very difficult for me to be taking out all of his spears, all of his scorpions rather. But thankfully the scorpions have quite low hit points, so we're going to move on over here. I don't think he's really had a chance to build anything too scary. And they're still rank 1 scorpions, so okay, this looks like this should be a pretty straightforward win from here. All I have to do is take out these stupid siege workshops, and we're going to be golden. So some of the things that I know that I can be doing a lot better is using my minimap to click around. If I were to do that, then it would be a lot more efficient going where I want it to. So that's something to keep in mind for myself. We've got our elite plumed archers now. They're going to start to really do some damage. We're able to kill that monk off quite quickly. We're building another siege workshop. They really only have one strategy, and that was to build siege and kill me with siege. But it should be a very, very, very easy win from here. Let's get my elite eagle archers. Eldorado, give them more hit points. That's going to be... Okay, you guys have got more than enough wood there. We're going to come and get this for here. I don't think we're ever going to use it. Are they actually doing anything over here? Yeah, they have a new town centre over here, so we'll need to... They're going to be able to take out those warriors, I think. Nope. Oh, we survived. Okay. But they don't have anything else. Let's just make sure that they're not hiding anything over towards here. Last thing that we need is them to have a castle over in the corner. It looks like they don't. Looks like this is game over. This is where in PvP they would abdicate with the AI. It's got like a set limit on what it wants to do. Okay. Obviously we destroyed enough buildings. And that's that. The Persians are defeated. Very nice, very easy. they never really caused much of a threat. I think we need to up the difficulty in these random maps because there was no early rush from them. My economy destroyed them in all aspects. They never collected any stone, which is why they never completed a castle. And I think the AI rushes itself too quickly into those upper levels. Maybe I'm wrong there, maybe I'm showing my naivety, but I hope you enjoyed it. That was just another quick AOE run through. There's probably going to be a few of these on the channel because it's my favourite game. So if you have any questions or if you have any requests for games you'd like to see me play, please just give me a shout. Hit subscribe and I look forward to seeing you soon.